I think we do have one of the reporters on the scene if we want to join them. We have the U.S. Marshal Service. So the U.S. Marshal Service is joining us now by phone. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, hello.
Hi. What can you tell us about how this all unfolded and U.S. Marshal's office was leading the effort here?
U.S. Marshals, along with several other agencies, were involved in this investigation, and we got critical support from Crime Stoppers G&O on this particular matter as well.
I guess that kind of answers one of our questions there. How important were these tips, and really, can you talk about what led you guys to this house?
Also, this is Brian Fair with the U.S. Marshal Service, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, just to tell people who you are.
Yeah. So the Crime Stoppers tips have been important all summer in getting multiple of the escapees captured. We've been receiving tips all summer, doing follow-up work on them. We received some tips that our people with the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, NOPD, Louisiana State Police, FBI, and HSI assisted us with investigating these tips. And this one obviously panned out. Mr. Groves was tracked to a residence on Honeysuckle Street in Atlanta, Georgia this morning, and we had sent what we call a collateral lead request from the U.S. Marshals New Orleans Task Force to the U.S. Marshals Southeast Regional Fugitive Task Force. They went out this morning with the support of the Atlanta Police Department SWAT team, and after a probably 2 to 3 hour, I don't want to call it a standoff, it wasn't quite that, but after multi-hours of trying to search the home, pumping gas into the home, Groves was finally located hiding in a crawl space.
So it was at that initial house that law enforcement responded to?
Correct. It was at the house they responded to late. I guess it would be late this morning on Honeysuckle. And ultimately, he was located in that residence, but it took well over 2 hours, probably closer to 3 hours, to have him finally apprehended in the house.
Was anyone else in the home?
Not that I'm aware of. No, no.
Have you been able to piece together what the connection is between Derrick Groves and this particular house?
That's going to take some time, and that's going to be the subject of follow-up investigative work.
Any idea if additional people may face charges related to this situation?
It's possible. If it's determined that people helped him while he was on the run, they could definitely face charges.
Now, you all have gotten tips over the weeks of where he might be. I mean, how far and wide have you all been searching for him?
I mean, we've had tips all over the United States, East Coast, West Coast, state of Kansas, you name it. There's been multiple tips that have come in. We've had to follow up on all of them. And while doing our own investigation along the way with support from our law enforcement partners, and this one finally panned out.
It has been a huge effort between you all and those other law enforcement partners. I mean, can you even put into words for us what that has meant for this investigation?
I mean, it was a force multiplier where the U.S. Marshals cannot take total credit for this arrest. We were heavily involved in it, but without all the partner agencies we worked with, this would not have been the result. It took a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of manpower conducting follow-up because Derrick Groves and many of his associates are dangerous people.
Can you kind of paint us a picture, if you will, kind of walk us through what happened during the arrest of Derrick Groves and you taking him out of the house?
Wasn't there, so there's really not much I can add other than I know the SWAT team was there. They had to deploy gas multiple times into the residence. I believe there was a basement in the house, and ultimately I think that was searched and he was located in a crawl space. At least that's my understanding of what occurred.
Uninjured, to the best of your knowledge?
To the best of my, maybe some scuff marks, but pretty much uninjured.
And you said that you got the Crime Stoppers tip when?
We received multiple Crime Stoppers tips on Derrick Groves, so I don't know the exact date that the tip came in.
Do you know if any of those tips have led you to Atlanta before, or is this the first one that points to Atlanta?
No, we've had tips in Georgia as well as all over the United States, so we've had multiple tips in Georgia and other places.
You know, so what happens next with Groves? He's in custody, we've seen in Atlanta. What's the next step here?
So if he waives extradition or doesn't fight extradition, he would be extradited back to Louisiana. If I were guessing, I would think Louisiana State Police would more than likely have some involvement in that extradition process like they've done with the the other escapees. If he fights extradition, eventually law enforcement would have to secure a governor's warrant to have him extradited back to Louisiana.
All right, well, I assume we're going to hear more from law enforcement agencies as we continue throughout the afternoon. We can't thank you enough, Brian Fair, for joining us and giving us the very latest on this breaking situation. Thankful no one was hurt.
Yep, yes, absolutely. It was a successful conclusion. Everybody was very pleased that no one was hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much.
That's
We
really one
appreciate
of the
it.
good things.